All right, y'all, let's get it. Verse of the day. Romans chapter 1, verse 17. The just shall live by faith. This verse is just simply saying that those who live with God as their foundation, those who understand where their core value is and their meaning in life comes from, then those will be the people who God blesses. And throughout your journey, nothing's ever going to be a smooth, easy going process. You have to understand and accept that in order for the result you desire to come, you're going to have to put up with different obstacles and different challenges along the way. So having faith allows you to move a certain way. And without the faith, you would probably just not even attempt to try and go after what it is that you're going after. So having the faith in your life gives you that confidence and that ability to want to go. With that being said, let's take a look at the charts and do a quick little recap on what we did this week and then go over our predictions for next week. All right, you guys, so here we have the Monday chart loaded, and here we're looking at the SPY chart, ticker symbol SPY. We're on the top 5-minute time frame, and as you guys see, we took a pretty good trade. We took 2 trades here on SPY. The first trade we took was a rejection off of the 669 level. We got a quick rejection there off that level after we showed failure to go back above 670. We took a rejection right here at 669.4. Caught that rejection, and then we ended up deciding to get in some calls once we saw it close above the orb high, which was 669. We took the calls with a defined risk at that level of 669, and we never touched back below it. Once we got close to retesting 669, I got in here, and then we ended up catching this move from 669 back into 670. Took profits at 670, but it continued to run all the way throughout the day until 672, and I think it also reached 673 if I'm not mistaken. So that was our trades on Monday. Let's take a look at Tuesday. Here we have the Tuesday chart loaded. Tuesday was a shaky day for us. We actually took an L on Tuesday, and the reason being was because we just got shaked out of our plays. We had the right idea, but the market had other plans, and they played a lot of manipulation in on Tuesday, and we were caught in the manipulation. So let's talk about it. So here we have the breakdown from orb high all the way back down to orb low. We closed below the orb low, and I actually got our first trade here below the orb low after we retested the level after breaking the orb low. So what it actually ended up doing was it was bouncing off of 670, showing a hold of the previous resistance level, 670, turning into demand, and we reversed from 670 back to orb high, which was 672. So we got wicked out of this play right after we tried to catch a rejection back down below the orb low. We closed back above it. I stopped out. We got a rejection play again off of the orb high. I missed the entry here. I tried to catch the chase, and that's where they stopped me out again. We got a fake out candle below the orb low once again. We reclaimed the orb low and went back into orb high and broke above orb high, and that was when I stopped out that time. So we took a L on Tuesday, unfortunately, due to just the manipulation and the market playing games on our position. But that was okay because I came back with vengeance on Wednesday. So let's move on to Wednesday. Here we have the Wednesday chart loaded. As you guys see, Wednesday was a correction day. We actually ended up selling off from 672 all the way back down to 663. We were able to catch a retest play off of the orb low. Surprisingly such. I just like to stick to my same structure and my same strategy. If I have a strategy that works, I'm not going to deviate from the strategy just because it doesn't work one day out the week. I'm going to continue to execute that strategy if I like what I see. I like what I saw on Wednesday, so I took a position here below that same level that we were reversing off of, which was 670.4. We got that rejection in. We used the candle high as a stop loss, which was actually the order below that day. I liked the structure. I had very, very tight risk. I got it. We moved all the way back down to 667.6. We took profits and we reclaimed the loss that we had on Tuesday, and we made profits on the day after we got that move down there. We had another retest come up. I didn't get this re-entry because I took full profits and I was just done for the day, but this did continue to move further down after we took profits. So I was very, very proud of the position and just the structure and risk management that I took, because previous times when I would lose money on the days prior to a day like I had on Wednesday, I would try to get back in the market immediately and try to get back my loss and things like that. Sometimes you gotta just let the market have it and then come back the next day rejuvenated and refreshed and ready to get back in the market and get some get back. That's exactly what we did on Wednesday. I was happy with my execution. I didn't take a level that was sloppy. I took a very clean executed play and I capitalized off it to the maximum, and that was that. So I was very, very happy with my execution on Wednesday. Let's move on to Thursday. All right, guys, we have the Thursday chart loaded, and as you see, Thursday was pretty much a chop fest. We reclaimed 670 and we pushed back up into 673. I tried to take calls onto this level. However, I was super busy Thursday, so I wasn't able to sit around and wait for the level to play out. So I just had a very tight risk on the play, and it did end up stopping me out. We got in right around this level here. We were retesting the reclaim of 670, which was also the range we were stuck in for majority of the day. And I had a stop loss below 669.3. We ended up failing that level, but then as soon as we failed it, we wigged back above the level that I was stopped out of, and we reclaimed 670. Came back down again, then we ended up breaking 670 officially and trailing the rest of the day. I was then able to catch a very late but very key scalp around the 672 level, back into the retest of 673, and I was able to pretty much break even on the day with this second trade that I took, because we were able to trade from 672 reaching 673, and it was actually on another chart. It was on the SPX chart, so it was a different number but the same range, and we were able to catch and capitalize off of that second play and make some money on the day. Making a little bit of money on the day, but I just went ahead and considered a break-even day because I didn't make much. And so that was Thursday. Moving on to Friday. Finally, we have Friday loaded, and Friday we actually got a gap up in the market. As you guys see, a very strong gap up above that 674 level. We moved above it after reporting some important news from the CPI and PPI news that came out that was delayed from last week. We were supposed to get CPI and PPI last week, but we actually got it today. With the government shutdown alluding, we were able to get some more information on the market, and the market responded. So the market responded positively to that data. We opened the market in this range above 676 and 678. We were failing to move above 678 at the initial start of the day, so I took puts coming into the market right around this range of 677. We had to sit in it for a while, but we were able to capitalize off this play once we retested 678 again and failed back below 678, pushing down into 676. From there, we held 676, pushed back into 678. Now it's pretty much our range from 676 all the way to 678. We ended up breaking a little bit above 678, and then later in the day, we rejected from 678 back down to 677. So that was the overall week. We were range bound from 670 to 663, and then we finally broke above 670, pushed into 673, and then we gapped up overnight from 673 to 677, closing out the week at 677. So let's move on into our predictions for next week. All right, you guys, here we have the 4-hour chart loaded on the SPY chart, and as you guys see, we closed the market at new all-time highs. So what does this mean going into next week? What can we look to see happen going into next week? Well, Given that we're at new all-time highs, we don't have set ranges and set levels. We don't know what our new top is just yet. As of right now, we are failing to hold above 678. So if you guys would like to take rejections, you can possibly take rejections off 678 if that presents itself again on next week. You guys want to be mindful that with this being new all-time highs, we could be possibly pursuing new even higher. It's very uncertain where the market could go from here. However, we do know that our level of demand is right around that 674 level to 673. Anywhere in that range is a possible level of demand. As long as we're holding that level, we can expect us to go higher. So you guys want to look for a retest. If you guys want to get calls, you want to look for a retest of 674 to 673. And if we fail 674 to 673, then we can possibly see more downside back down into 670 and then possibly even lower. As for upside, you guys want to look to see if we can break above the 678 level as of right now. If we can break above 678, we can possibly see 680 next week. And if we see 680 and we're able to break above 680, we can see it up to 682. So those would be my predictions for next week, going into next week. As of right now, we do look like we're holding a very, very, very bullish structure. So we can definitely see more upside. So I would just say be mindful of that. And if you guys want to look for better positions, definitely wait for a pullback to 674. I would say that'd probably be the best position entry you could take for calls. So those are my levels going into next week. 674, 678 being the top, and 674 being the bottom. Those would be my levels for next week. The levels below that would only come into play if we break between those two levels. So with that being said, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and comment. If you guys have any questions regarding the market, whether you think it's going up or down, make sure to leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.